Hey guys, it's Albertium back with another guide for Elden Ring Nightreign DLC, and this time is going to be a guide and a build for the new class, the Undertaker. She is extremely powerful, and you know how this goes. Before I even think about asking you to click that like or subscribe button for me, please allow me a chance to earn that from you. And with that being said, well, let's get in on this. And the relics first. Now, this is my personal preferred build for her, and I'm gonna explain why. Now, we are fully leaning into the melee type here with her, and that is going to be exactly what we're focusing on, giving ourselves a little bit more HP, also focusing on the cooldowns with both the, skill and her ultimate, but mostly we are leaning into the physical attack up. Now, also is going to be a nice little touch giving her a little bit more endurance because that seems to be the weakest spot. Now, this might seem odd that I am using the frostbite in vicinity, conceals itself, starting armament inflicts frost, and improved physical damage negation. All of this is pretty damn good despite her not having the highest arcane, scaling. Why? Because anytime you do apply frost, it just de-aggroes the enemies off of you, and this is extremely useful, not just for normal enemies, but for bosses as well. And for the Deep of the Night relics, we are going even further with the physical attack up, giving her a total of +8. Now, it's always nice to have a little bit of damage negation at low HP because once you stack that multiple times, it's almost like a cheat code. But everything else, you know how these relics are, it's basically a gamble. But physical attack up is gonna go a long way with her. Now, the second thing we need to discuss is her starting weapon and her skill and ultimate. The starting weapon comes with this pretty nifty little skill that every time you hit an enemy, it's actually going to be healing you, but it does a decent damage, and it's actually a pretty good weapon to hold on to as your secondary weapon because she is amazing at dual wielding hammers. Now, when it comes to her skill, this is a buff of everything, and I do mean everything, even the speed of dodging. But she basically has an ultimate that is more ultimate than other ultimates in the game. So she can combine her skill and the ultimate, once both of them are charged, into this super enhanced Goku type thing where she simply cannot be touched for the duration of 50 seconds, which is almost double than your usual lasting of her skill. And anytime someone else triggers their ultimate, you're actually going to be able to just use her ultimate in the normal form if you choose so. And I always recommend that you do. And speaking of her ultimate, this thing is actually very versatile and useful, not just for attacking enemies, but also reviving allies, because it can reach across such a huge distance, it can put you next to the downed ally like that. And the only downside is that it's simply gonna be, taking away 1 bar, but that's more than enough because the, distance that you're gonna be leaving between you and the enemies while you are helping your allies. Now, also, the ultimate can actually hit multiple targets. It's basically like a combination of Iron Eyes, shot, but not really, not that powerful. It's still extremely amazing. One more secret to playing the Undertaker is that she can buff herself further, and that is while using these heavy weapons. You're gonna be seeing these little will-o-wisps coming to you, and that is basically another power-up. And the heavier the weapon, the less hits from your weapons it's gonna take to achieve this. One more little secret that you can use if you are dual wielding anytime, depending on the height that you achieve, you use your ultimate, you can connect it into, dual wield ground slam jump attack, and that does a lot of damage. Now, this is such a phenomenal, amazing class that it feels almost like a dance because there's such a rhythm to using this because you're always paying attention to what your allies are doing, and if you can also trigger your own ultimate. Remember, anytime one of your teammates uses their ultimate, you can use that also. So if you have your skill still fully charged, you can always use the Mega Ultimate to be untouchable. And that is just incredible. The talismans for this class, I would highly recommend that you perhaps go with physical damage negation or any type of damage negation that you can. When it comes to the buffs, always enhancing further attack, or even if you're gonna be using the dual wield, anything that gives you buffs for that. Now, damage negation, that goes without saying. And there you have it, guys. The Undertaker, one of the best classes in the game. I personally would put her up there with Iron Eye because this is just so much fun to play. And not just that, she really is strong. Hopefully, this helps you maybe even put together some build of your own. But this to me has been the way to go. Guys, this is Albetium. Good luck.